Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, all beautiful. My name is Shola Good Moyoluwa Michael. You can also call me an emperor. I work alongside with my colleague Odubeson Kemi. Please make sure you watch all our videos online, share with your friends, share with your fellow brothers, share with your colleagues that are also engineers. Ensure you do the needful by liking it and also subscribing to our video channel on YouTube, so that anytime we post anything online, you will be able to see it immediately. Thank you so much. All right, this is ATN once again. ATN, that is an Apex Terabyte network. Let's go back to class. All right, welcome back, everyone. You can see what is going on here. Now, this is just the architecture. Let me say the design of how the network will be. We call it topology. Look at it. This is a net. This one represents the internet that is coming from the ISP. This is your own router. This is your own router, the one that is interfacing the ISP. So I can call this one your CE. Your CE, that is a customer's edge. Then we're adding a switch here. This switch is a managed switch. It's a managed switch. I'm going to be configuring both the router and the switch for us. Then at the end of everything, we're going to be having all these three workstations reaching the internet by pinging a Google DNS. Let's go straight to configuration. Thank you. In this class, I'm going to be making use of WinBus in order to make it very fast. We're going to be making use of the GUI, which is the WinBus that is provided by Mikrotik, in order for us to have easy access to their routers. Thank you so much. Double click. I open. So it's going to be giving me a GUI, a CLI. So I'm going to be entering with admin, then no password by default. So you can see, therefore, from here now, I'm going to be changing the name first. Sys identity. So you are going to be changing the name, set name as CE underscore. What's the name of the customer? Let me call the customer. Let me call him Dangote. So CE underscore Dangote. So that is the name of this router. You can see the name has changed immediately. So since I said I want to be using WinBus, sometimes my WinBus may not scan on the neighbors. So what I just do is I will go to interface, Ethernet, then I will print it. After printing it, I'm going to be seeing the MAC addresses. So I'm going to copy this MAC address. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to copy this MAC address. So I come back to my WinBus. I'm going to launch my WinBus. I paste the MAC address here. Yeah, pasted. So I enter. Thank you. You can see. So that's it. So therefore, IP address. This one is by default, so remove it. That is dynamically because I'm on cloud. So I'm going to be using the IP that is provided by the ISP. The ISP gives two IPs. Many a time is going to be on /30 by default. So one will be as the gateway, while the other will be the one IP. But there are some situations that you may request for more than two usable IPs. But in this situation, we're having just two usable IPs, though it's on /24. Sometimes they will give you on /30. So that's it. But let's make use of what we're having here. So this is the IP address that they are giving us from ISP. So copy. So let me put it here. Add address. I'm going to paste it there. So there's a /24. Do not forget which port is interfacing your provider. Which port is going to their provider's router. Let's see from our architecture. Let's say from the topology. Okay, ETA 1 is the one going. So leave it as ETA 1. So we apply. Okay. So this is the IP address. of ETA 1. So therefore, after that one, you go to your, if you try to ping Google DNS now, it will give you no route. IP, hold on, let me check if it's there already. Okay, and we have to remove this one. It's also by default. Don't forget, this is for testing, so remove this one too. Okay, so 8.8.8.8 ping. It's showing no route. Yes, it's showing no route. It will surely show no route because you've not created your gateway. So go back to IP route, then you are going to add. You're going to add. So therefore, what am I adding? What is the gateway that the ISP gave me? This is the gateway that it gave me. So I'm going to copy my gateway. I'm going to paste it on the gateway segment. Gateway. If it's going to be reachable, immediately you will see this thing replying. Then at the same time, you're going to see this one reachable via ETA 1, because ETA 1 is connected directly to the ISP, to the internet service provider. So apply. Let's see. Immediately I apply, it should reply. Then it will show reachable. I apply. Wow, you can see immediately, not even waste of time at all. This is it. It's replying on 8.8.8. Then it's reachable via ETA 1, and you can see it's active. It's active. You can see destination address is a default route. So that is done. It means there is an internet that is present now inside this Dangote's router. But is this internet going out already? No, it's just there. It's not going anywhere yet. So therefore, they have a LAN IP. They have their own LAN IP. So let's check their LAN IP. What's the LAN IP that they want to use on their network? This is a LAN IP. This is it. 1.1.1.0/24. That's a 256 IPs. So we'll come back to your IP address. So I'm going to be putting it on a particular port. Let me see on the design. Let's see our design. Okay, our design. Where is our design? Okay, this is our design. Okay, our design is ETA 2. It's from ETA 2 going to ETA 1 of the switch. So it's on ETA 2. So Mikrotik on ETA 2 is where you are having your LAN IP. So I'm going to create, open ETA 2. So I'm going to put in our LAN. This is it. 1.1.1.0. So we cannot go to put 0. We're going to put .1. So .1. Network will pick .0. So apply. You can see network has picked .0. So we're having it on ETA 2. That is it. So therefore, the next thing now is, don't forget all these points. Now, the first one is we put an IP address for us to be able to reach the IP end to end. After that one, we create a route for us to be able to reach the internet via the IP that was given by the ISP. Then step 3 now, we have created our LAN IP, which is the LAN IP, the IP that we want to run to the internet or want to make use of the internet through. We want to use for our own local purposes. All right. So therefore, next thing to do now is we are going straight to what is called firewall, so that we can do what is called NAT. That's network address translation. This is art in which a public IP, or let me call it a private IP, which is our LAN IP, which is that 1.1.1, is able to do or to make an handshake with that public IP, so that through the LAN IP they can reach the internet. So this is filter row, this is NAT. So I enter NAT. Yes, on NAT I'm going to add. So after adding, I'm going to have a source address as the address that is given, 1.1.1.0/24. So any IP that is on this source address now is going straight to internet through where? Through the ETA 1 of my router. Through the ETA 1 of my router. That is where I put the public IP. So then action will be masquerade. Don't forget masquerade. Action will be masquerade. Apply. Okay. So with this now, I have natted it. This my IP now can read the internet through this port. Okay. So after that one, if this is a DNS, this is a firewall, and some other things that you can do here. But what I want us to do now is that we are going to be having a DHCP server on this router because of people that we don't want to give IP to statically. So therefore we're going to be having a DHCP server, but my DHCP server will now be from 100 to 254. Why anything less than 100? From 99 downward to 2 be giving me, as I will be giving my customers or my users as static. So I click, don't forget, I click IP, then DHCP server. Here is there. So this is DHCP. On DHCP, you're going to be seeing DHCP setup. Set it up. So you are not going to make use of ETA 1. ETA 1 is for your ISP port. So we're going to be having ETA 2. This ETA 2, good. ETA 2 is where you put your LAN IP. So next, you can see the network address of the LAN IP. Next, this is the gateway of the LAN IP. Next, you can see it's from 2 now by default, 2 to, because the router has taken 1, so it remains 2 to 254. So we're going to be using it as from 100, according to what we said earlier, from 100 to 254. So we're going to be having it this way. Then add more DNS. That's Google DNS, also 8.8.8.8. Then let me add another DNS 4.2.2.2. All these DNS, they are all open DNS. Do not forget. Next. Okay, thank you. You can see we have our DHCP configuration already. We check the network. You see that network on it. Yes, this is the gateway. This is the network. This network address is the gateway of the DHCP. So we have all these things configured already. Therefore, look at everything once again. You can see we have our IP address. We have our DHCP server. We don't need to put DNS. We have added the DNS on our DHCP server. We have our firewall where we do our NATing. Then after that we do our route. Do not forget we have a route, a default route. Do not forget. So after all this one now, I can say our router is set up. Our router is set up. It's very simple. If you have any question, please make sure you comment your question on the comment section. Do you have any issue? Check your log. There is no issue. NAT rule added by admin. Pull this also added. This one added. This one assigned to this. Yes. Assigned to this. Yes. This is by DHCP. Now this is what that is going to that our Mikrotik. This is the IP that is going to that our Mikrotik switch that is there. Okay. No problem. So therefore, let's go and configure our switch. Here we are with our switch. Double click. Okay. So admin. Okay. Switch is like it's misbehaving. Let me relaunch it again. Okay. Let me use a command line. Let me use Winboss to do it. So I'm waiting. Okay. Anytime your switch is misbehaving like this, you cannot access it. What you just need to do, okay, it's like it's coming up already. Oh, it's not coming up. What you just need to do is to off it, shut it down. Yes, it's down now. So on it back. That's like you are rebooting it. First level troubleshooting of any equipment is rebooting. So always note that. Okay. Let's see. Still booting. Oh, beautiful. It's back now. Admin. You can see. First level troubleshooting is rebooting. Do not forget that. Yes, sys identity. Set name. What's the name I want to use? Switch 1. switch 1. Switch 1. So yeah, you can see the name is already there. Okay, what's the interface, or should we, okay, let's use Windows direct interface ETA ETH print. Okay, now it's correct. So it's because the router requires a reboot. That was reason behind that we're not able to access the other time. So we should be able to access it now. Let's enter it. Let's try it. If it's not accessible, I'm going to be configuring it via command line. I'm going to be configuring it via command line. It's not going. Oh, sorry. I know why it's not going. Sorry. Yeah, it's not connected to the net. Once we connect to the net, we'll be able to reach it via our Winbus. But since it's not connected to the net, that's why we could not reach it. Let's just use a command line to do the configuration of the switch. So what we need first is the interface. We need to bridge a port. The port. What are the ports that we need now? We need ETA 1, ETA 2, ETA 3, ETA 4. All those 4 ports must be bridged so that they can use one equal IP. So therefore, I'm going to be giving the switch .2 since my router is picking .1. So interface bridge. So add name of the bridge. So let's call this one LAN. So that's the name of the bridge. Therefore, I want to have some ports on the bridge. Ports. So add interface to my port. What are the interface I'm going to be adding to my port? Interface to the port ETA 1. Don't forget, ETA 1 is going to the port. ETA 1, yes, is going to the port. What's the bridge? Which bridge are we using? The bridge we are using is, okay, yeah, the bridge that we're using is bridge is equal to LAN. Okay, so we have ETA 1, then we have ETA 2, we have ETA 2, we have ETA 3, we have ETA 3, and finally we have ETA 4. ETA 4. So let me add ETA 5 as in case we have additional workstation to be used. ETA 5. Okay, good. So we have this already. So what's the IP address? IP address of that bridge. IP address. Add address. So what's the address that I want to add? I'm going to be adding my address as 1.1.1.2/24. On which port am I adding it? So what's the interface I'm putting it? The interface is called LAN. LAN. So that is the interface I'm adding. Good. So let's print. Let's see IP address print. Okay, good. So I'm going to be removing this one that is by default. I don't want it. I want to use the one. All this one are dynamic. I don't want this dynamic. And IP address remove 0. That's the numbering, the number line. Remove 0. Address. Okay, just remove 0. Let's remove everything on 0. So it has been removed. Let's check. Let's print it again. Print. Oh, beautiful. It has been removed. It's as simple as that. So Let me check my if it has a route, IP route, because I don't need any route here. Maybe having a dynamic route. So IP route. So print. Let's print it. Oh, it's having a dynamic route through this gateway. It's having a dynamic route. It means I will be able to ping Google DNS still working as a router. I don't need a router, so I don't need a router at all. So let me just remove it also. IP route, remove 0. IP route, remove 0. So let's see IP route, print. Okay, remove 0 again. Remove 0. Failure, can remove only static. Yes, this is not static. This, sorry, that is for the IP alone. So we have this already. So if you ping 8.8.8.8 now, you will not reach it through this switch, because it's a switch, it's not a router, so no route. Yes, assuming that route is there now, it's also working as a router. So that is how you can turn a Mikrotik router to a switch. It's already a switch now. So we have all these ports are bridged together. So that is for that. Everything is done. So let's check what is the IP. Well, let me say interface Ethernet print. Let's see what is on the port. The remaining one I just run. So all these ones that are running as static, they are under a bridge. They are under a bridge. You can see it's running and it's also acting as a slave. So running and slave, running and slave, running and slave. Why is it a slave? It means it's under a bridge. When you see that RS, it means it's running and it's a slave. It's under a bridge. All these other ones are running, but they are not under any bridge. So that is it. So IP address also called IP address print. Okay, this is the only IP address that we're having. So that is it. That is it. So can we ping 1.1.1.1? Yes, because it's the port that is interfacing our router. That's it. Is one interface letter 2. So we can ping it. Can we ping itself, which is .2? Yes, we can ping. But on this switch, can we ping the internet? No, we have said that one already. We cannot. So we cannot. No route. Yes, it's not a router, it's a switch. So we have it done this way. All right. Now we want to configure all these ones. Don't forget that we have both dynamic and static IPs to be used. So I'm going to be making use of the two of them. So this one, let's see this one first. IP DHCP. Enter. Yes, there are. Let's see, checking for duplicate. Oh, beautiful. You can see it. So let's save it. Let's save this. Let's save this. It's done. So let's ping the gateway 1.1.1.1, which is the gateway. Ping. Oh wow, it's replying. You can see now we can reach the gateway. So since we can reach the gateway, let's try and ping Google DNS 8.8.8.8. We should have internet on the workstation itself. Enter. Wow, you can see now we have internet on the system. So we have internet on the system via DHCP, which is giving us this one 1.1.1.253. Then let's check the other one. Let's use a static on this one. Let's use static here. So IP 1.1.1.5/24. So the gateway should now be 1.1.1.1. That's our gateway. Yes, that's our gateway. So let's enter that. And sorry, it's giving bad command. It's, IP, it's not IO. IP. Yes. Enter. Let's check. Checking for duplicate. No duplicate, I'm sure. Good. That's taking it. So let's try and ping down. Ping 8.8.8.8 internet. So it's replying. Beautiful. So it means we have access to the internet. We have access to the internet. We have access to the internet on all our systems. So let's try the last system. Let's try the last system. Let's try the last system. Last system. So let's ping first. Ping 8.8.8.8. Oh, there's no configuration on it, so we cannot ping host. Not reachable. So let's put, should I use DHCP? Let's use DHCP also. Yes, only that one should be static. IP DHCP, enter. Dora. Okay, let's see. Oh, beautiful. It's giving me 252. The previous one is 250. This one is 252. So it's coming in downward direction. So let's ping our Google DNS now. So that will be .8.8.8. Is going beautiful. So thank you so much. This brings us to the end of today's lecture. This is very short due to your request. This is all we need to achieve, or we need to put in place for us to configure our Mikrotik router in order to reach the internet. Thank you so much. Do not forget to share with your loved ones. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do not forget to tell the whole world about what we are doing. This class is free. Please, you are free to comment, like, and make your request open to the world. We are ready to support you with every of your requests. Is ATM, Apex Terabyte Network, since 2021. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.